Well, Commissioner Mercer, we appreciate you so much for participating in our 2023 virtual candidate meet and greet. And by purchasing your video interview, you have allowed our chamber to educate the citizens of Winter Haven about the upcoming election and the issues and candidates on the ballot. So we appreciate that. Since your campaign has purchased this video interview, the Florida Division of Elections does require you to disclose that fact with the following statement.
Okay, it's a paid political announcement for and by and approved by by me, Tracy Mercer, running for Winter Haven Commissioner for seat 1.
Awesome. And I do also have to disclose that because the Winter Haven Chamber is nonpartisan, we do not endorse candidates. So this is totally bipartisan, and we are just doing this to educate our citizens. So thank you for that as well. Well, now let's get into those questions. So first and foremost, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and why you're running for re-election?
Yes. First, personally, I'm next to the oldest of 13 children. I grew up in rural Ohio farmland, where you learn responsibilities at an early age. I attended Ohio State, but later moved to Florida in 1976. So I have been in this area since then. I have one son, one granddaughter, one great-grandson, and they live in the frost-proof Lake Wells area. My education, I have an AS in business administration with a paraprofessional in accounting from South Florida State College. I have a bachelor's of art in business operations from Warner Southern in Lake Wells. And I have an MBA from Webster University in business administration from Lakeland.
Awesome.
And I also have lived in Florida for 25 years. In Winter Haven, Florida, about 40 years. I am a former commissioner for the Lake Region's Lake Management District, what used to be the Canal Commission, and I'm currently commissioner for the city of Winter Haven. My love for the city and my duty that I like to give back to the community through volunteering for various nonprofits is at the heart of who I am.
Well, thank you. What do you believe are our city's biggest strengths or greatest strengths?
I think it's our people, and whether it's citizens, the business organizations, these organizations such as Chamber, Main Street, nonprofits that we work with at the city, and of course, finally, but not the last thing on the list is, of course, the professionalism of our city staff. I'd like to go a little bit farther and talk a little bit about the economic viability that we have with our lakes. That's a natural resource like none other. It's for outdoor enjoyment. It brings quite a few people that enjoy that resource and lakeside living. We have Legoland. It's the largest park, Lego park for children in Florida and probably in the world. Advent Health Field House. We have something for everyone, for the sports enthusiast. We have Dairy Down for the music lovers. We have Winter Haven Theater and the Ritz for the arts. We have events that are happening almost monthly, I know monthly and sometimes weekly, such as Main Street galas, the farmers market, and things like that that are happening downtown. People want to move here, and therefore Winter Haven is in a transition. And we're into a distinctly unique city, embracing the values and needs of our residents.
Awesome. Well, kind of on the flip side, what do you feel like our city's biggest or challenges are?
Of course, I think everybody's going to say growth. It is here. And we're positioned for significant growth over the next decade also. So the resources needed will be major uh, for that. The planning, the construction, the funding, of the public infrastructure to support this growth is critical to defining the community that we want to live in and desire to live in. The toughest part, though, always is the funding. The funding for the transportation, for the water sewer infrastructure, for schools. So it's a big challenge. But we think we can handle that. So.
Awesome. Yes, growth is definitely a huge topic of conversation. I feel like that's the number one thing that I hear about, is just how much growth that we're experiencing in Winter Haven and Polk County as a whole. So kind of want to go deeper into that. What role do you feel like the city commissioner play or the city commission plays in planning for this growth?
The city commission plays I guess you'd say, a part of this growth factor. The first thing is I would like to say that Florida's approach to growth is one of the most detailed and complicated systems for managing growth and in the United States. And I guess it's because we get a lot of it. We've, through the years, we've had a lot of it. So the comprehensive land plan and concurrency establishes the community policies and priorities regarding future development. And while they aim to preserve the environmental features and the character of the community, it also kind of restricts what you can do too. Any growth demands must be identified to support each development, such as water, wastewater, transportation, recreation, schools, things like that. So the commissioners have weekly meetings with public input concerning all these new developments, and they must meet all the rules, the codes, the reviews of the comp plan, what we call the comp plan, and they are reviewed by another commission before they come to us. And of course, that's the Planning Commission, and they're a board of citizens that review those. And then it goes through a couple of hearings, a minimum of 2, before it is approved by the commission. So, and citizens are there to bring forth any concerns that they have at the city commission meetings, at the workshops, for any of these growth. But if they've met all of the codes and they've met all of the criteria, it's very difficult to say no to them. You have to have some sort of reason. So that's kind of, the process that it plays out in. It gives people time to have ample responses to it. And the commission certainly has theirs too.
What do you believe should be the city's kind of like top 3 priorities in this coming year?
Okay.
It's a loaded question, I know.
Yeah, we have. Well, certainly manageable and responsible growth with the element of affordable housing. And we're looking for that element to be provided by some of the developments also. Water and wastewater infrastructure, transportation infrastructure, trying to get ahead of this, as you all know,
Yes.
is difficult because we have done some great things on the road side of that. If you remember 542 Dundee Road, now you go out through there, you sail through that, but it was painful in what time it was under construction. For over a year, it was very painful for people. But the city pushes DOT. Those are DOT highways, and they push them. Also, the same thing with Cypress Gardens Boulevard.
Mhm.
That is another DOT road, and the city is pushing and got that on the agenda to get that going. So the city is being responsible in doing those. It's just that during that period, um, and I'll say this on Cypress Gardens Boulevard,
Mhm.
it's painful right now, but when it gets done, we'll be sailing again, like, moving faster.
Mhm.
But all of this, that's part of the things that come with growth. And it is very painful. So if they bear with us, it may get worse before it gets better, but we're trying to make it better.
Well, thank you. And then my kind of last question is why should voters choose you over the other candidate?
Okay. One of the things is experience. I bring a lot of experience to the commission with um, mid-level, senior level, executive level of operational and financial management, and the focus on operations and program developments, and of water, wastewater, reclaimed water, and other operational systems. I've worked for 5 cities and 2 counties with proven leadership, often making difficult decisions, and
Mhm.
providing lots of experience in evaluation of um, problematic matters, and dealing with water and wastewater. Um, I bring a technical side to the commission, as I have worked in almost every department in the city, such as police, fire. I was an EMT. I've worked in water, wastewater, utilities, projects, budget and finance, lots and lots of different departments. Um, I spent 10 years with the city of Winter Haven. Um, and so I've even worked solid waste. I've worked cemeteries and stormwater services. Um, but there are a lot of tough decisions to be made for the future in the areas of managed growth, water, transportation, infrastructure, and resources. Um, and I bring that experience all to the table, and no other candidate has that. And I'm committed to partnering and working together with the other commissioners for our city. This commission works very well. We've got a lot accomplished. We love our city. We make decisions on making the city a better place to live, work, and play. And not only today, but for the future. And when we do a project, we kind of ask ourselves, is this a good project? Will it benefit the city? Will it not only benefit the city today, will it benefit it tomorrow or for the future? And so a lot of those projects are like the Winter Haven Cultural Center, Lake Albert Trail, Lake Conan Park, the expansion of Lake Howard, phase 2 of Chain of Lakes, phase 2 of other projects that are coming online now. Fire stations, we have 2 fire stations to be built. So we engaged the community and the business leaders with the project open houses on these projects, inputs in various stages throughout the project. If you like what we're doing, you may want to keep us. So, but I'm proud to be your representative to the commission, and I look forward to the continued efforts to improve the city.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Is there anything else that you would like voters to know?
Just vote November
Yes.
7th.
Yes.
And like I said, there's more to come, and probably a lot more growth too. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
November 7th is voting day. It's always the first, or it's always a Tuesday for sure. So it's November 7th. You can find more information about your polling location and other information on the Polk County Supervisor of Election website. But thank you so much, Commissioner Mercer, for being here with us today. And we wish you the best of luck on the 7th.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
And I hope everybody turns out to vote.
We do too.